Hey dude, let's start our first session.
Okay, let's do it.
Life run forwards, but to understand this only in backwards. As life depends on time, which is unidirectional, so the life events only could able to understand in backwards as they generate the memory, and that serves as a data to analyze the life, and eventually we can draw some valuable conclusions. So to talk about death is the valuable to understand the life in its essence.
So you are saying that life is all about experience. So our primary goal is like make in as many experiences as we can, and make the life enjoyable as much as possible. But the question is that at some point of time we will lead to the terminal point. Of course, we all know that terminal point is death. My question is that what is death in terms of philosophy? Of course, everybody know what is a physical death, but I'm talking about like any philosophical way of thinking about death.
Yeah, we can dive into these ones. So the question is about the philosophical way of looking the death. I think the answer would be like this. So death is something that if let's say that if you lose someone physically, that's also death to you. If you for example, if you have a friend and then friend is not giving any response to you for years, maybe you lost connection with that friend, that's also death to you. So that means that absolute world doesn't exist. So whatever the world exists, that exists in your brain. So in this case, your friend is dead to you. So it happens two ways. One is physical death, other one is psychological death, or maybe philosophical death. The physical death can be determined by the medical experts, like pulsing, checking the pulses, or checking the heartbeats, or other methods like checking the body temperature, this and that. But that's kind of a physical determination of if someone dies. The other way of death is to if someone is not responding you back, or you lost connection with that person, that's also death to you. So this is I think this is the logical definition of death.
So you are saying that if I don't connect to somebody, so he is dead to me.
If you lost connection with that person, yes, that is dead to you.
That means like there is nothing to do with physical death.
There is nothing to do with the physical death. I will tell you an example here. For example, I like Ilayaraja songs, and other musicians are also there in the market, and they have the albums also. But I only connected with Ilayaraja. So for me, if other musicians dies or not, for me it doesn't matter. It's only Ilayaraja dies that matters to me, because I always connected to his work. So if Ilayaraja is not producing any albums, that means that Ilayaraja is also dead to me. So it's only the connection that matters, that you and that person, that connection. If the connection is broken, so basically the person dies in your world.
Okay, like in the similar lines, like for scientists, Einstein is like he is alive for the entire that person's career, because he is in connection with like his work, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So if you are a mathematician, if you are a physician,
Mm-hmm.
so you are using the Einstein principles on a daily basis. You are referring your work, whatever it is, with Einstein work. That is, as long as there is a connection between you and Einstein's work, then that means that Einstein is there in your brain, and he lives as long as you are having connection with him, like his work or whatever, his principles or whatever. So after a point of time, you are not using, let's say that you changed your career from physician to some other field where the Einstein doesn't matter.
Yeah, you mean to say like physicist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Then you will, like, there is no connection between you and Einstein. That means like Einstein is dead to that person.
dead to that person, exactly. There are many philosophers exist, for example, but the one who reads the philosophy, they only know about these philosophers. To the person who never read the philosophy, for him there is no philosophers exist.
Yeah.
So it is a basic thinking. Yeah.
Of course. Like, I will give you a simple example similar to this. Like, my mother watches some soap operas in India. I never watched those soap operas.
Yeah.
So she has a connection with those soap opera things, but I don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that means that soap opera stars is not there in your brain. That means that they don't even exist. So now we are talking about the person who were there in your brain before, like your friend. So let's say that if you have a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend, you and that girlfriend got some kind of rift, and then the girlfriend left you.
Yeah.
So the girlfriend become ex. So that means that if you know that your girlfriend is not coming back to you, is not responding back to you forever in your life, that means that your girlfriend dead. She may not be physically dead, but in your world she is dead already.
But there will be some memories, right?
Yeah, exactly. There will be definitely memories, and she lives only in the form of memories. And that memories is also, if you want to revisit the memories. Otherwise, she's dead to me, dead to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
revisiting the memories is also your choice.
Okay.
So if you are taking the choice in your hand, and if you are thinking that you are not gonna revisit those memories, she's basically dead.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if she's physically dead or not.
Okay. Like in the same lines. Okay. You define the birth like having a new connection. Like if you are interested, like playing guitar. Now you are starting playing to guitar, let's say.
Yeah.
And you will be like you will start reading about some popular musicians, guitarists.
Yeah.
So now you will be having a good connection with them. Like at least you follow them, or like you listen to those songs.
Exactly. So that means that those musicians will take a birth in my brain.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So birth is also like this.
Mm.
So death and birth happens in your brain, psychologically and philosophically. Physical death is completely different. Yeah. Physical death is also affects.
So you are saying that like all these definitions are like self-centric, right?
Yes.
Like whether the death or birth.
Yes.
It is in your world.
Yes. Yes. All are self-centric because you are the one who is living. It is not you are not talking about someone's life. You are talking about your life. So that you are living, that means that all the decisions, all the memory, all the mind, all the brain, whatever it is, it's self-centric. Some people say this one. People take this one as a bit of negative sense, but that is the reality. So all the decisions are self-centric. All the memories are self-centric. Everything is self-centric. Yeah, because you are the one who is living.
Okay, I understand this. Like you are saying, like it is all about connections and making connections and breaking connections, life, death and birth. But have you ever experienced a real physical death? I mean, like not to you, of course. Like, have you seen any physical death or like any such kind of thing?
Yeah. Before telling that one, I want to conclude all this thinking. Let's say we said like birth and death is always happens in our brain, and this is what matters, or this and that. This thinking is not a novel thinking. This thinking is already the great philosopher called Arthur Schopenhauer. He wrote the book. The book is called The World as a Will and Idea. So basically he's telling that the absolute world exists, but that doesn't matter. Absolute world contains earth, sky, all the earth element, this and that. But that is like absolute world. If there is another world that exists in your brain. So he's talking about the world that is most matters, that is exists in your brain. But of course, you have a connection with the absolute world. Let's say that we have in Earth, we have people, we have this and that. But there are environment exists in Mars. There are environment exists in Pluto. But that's also world, right? But there is no living beings there. So absolute world exists definitely. We have a connection with the absolute world, but that is kind of a not like a very important. The very important thing is that what is there in your brain. That the book is essentially talks about this kind of a things. But that's very good book. Back to your question is yes, there is one death that is painful to me. That's my grandfather's death. That's definitely. Of course, because I have a connection with my grandfather. Why it is painful? Because there is a connection. If you have an intense connection, then you have more pain. So I had a very intense connection with him. So I got a very painful experience with his death.
Okay. Does it provoke any philosophical things? Okay. Before asking that question, when does it happen? When did it happen?
You mean my grandfather death?
Yes.
I think I was around maybe 14 years or something like that.
Yeah. But
14 years, yeah.
I'm not sure, like, at that time, you are, like, thinking that is, like, connections and those kind of stuff?
No. I didn't have any kind of these thinkings there. I was just as normal as, just a normal boy. I didn't have this much brain or whatever. I didn't even have interest to understand these concepts also. So
what provoked you to think about death in terms of philosophy? Just by reading the books, or is there any incident happened to you or something like that?
That one event I could remember that I can tell you that is the event that triggered me to understand more about death.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very simple event. There is nothing fancy about it, but the event is like this. One day I was going. It was like 2014, I guess. One day I was going to gym, and then while going to gym, I saw a dead rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
On the path, and then I think it was just died like few hours ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to have a sight of that.
Mm-hmm.
I sat not far away, but not near also. It's like a fair distance. I sat, and then for a moment, and then just to have a clear sight of that one. Then I continued my journey, my walking to my gym or whatever. Then after. So that the following day, I was just normal. Just doing normal stuff and stuff like that. Then after a week, and then that dead rabbit event is, the gaze is hitting me back all the time. And then I started to think about it, and I have a deep thinking about that one. Not like a very, not like hours and hours every day. It's a thought that is disturbing me. Maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes every day, something like that. But then one day I come to the conclusion, like I need to think about this one. So when I start thinking about this death concept, and then I started to read about it, and then I started to having even more deep thinking. And then one day, I don't know when was that, and one day afternoon, I think around 2 or something, I came to the conclusion that one day I'm gonna be like dead rabbit, so I'm gonna die. That is the event that triggered, and that is the conclusion. I got it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that someday that person will die. So why do you need to think about it? Like, what's the point of understanding death?
I think everybody knows people die, but everybody don't understand they're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding death is completely different than knowing the death.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you understand the death, then you don't waste your time, like unnecessary things. Like, for example, after that, after I got this conclusion about death, every day become magical to me. Every moment become magical to me because I know that one day I'm gonna die. I'm gonna meet this terminal end one day. So that means that all the time, whatever the time I have in this earth space, that's gonna be very valuable to me. So people don't understand these things. That's why people are having a lot of plannings, this and that, and doing a lot of other activities which is not essential to their life. So yeah, people are not even individuals. So concept of death gives you individuality. Individuality means that you want to do what you want to do. People are not doing that. People are living for others. From that moment I'm living for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that gives you that concept. Understanding the concept of death gives you that.
So you're saying like understanding that is the key to enjoy life?
Exactly. Yeah, you have to understand the life. If you have to understand the death to understand the life. That is the main important thing. If you don't understand the death, you cannot enjoy the life in its true essence. People are enjoying life. They have different definitions. Enjoying life means like they are basically targeting the central nervous system. Without central nervous system, they don't know how to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only people are taking alcohol, people are going for girls, people are going drugs, people are eating food. All these things, all these activities are targeting the central nervous system. Once you become exalted at the central nervous system levels, then you feel like enjoyable. But to understand the death, you don't need a central nervous system to enjoy life. Every minute you enjoy, because this is the valuable thing the God is given or the nature is given, whatever it is. Then you got that point. Yeah.
So you said like you came across a dead rabbit, and of course there is a similar story. Many people know, like Buddha, and he come across a dead body, and he realized something, and with that rabbit you realized about death, right?
No, death by gazing the dead rabbit is a triggered event. It's already there. I mean, from the beginning, I'm an open thinker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a natural thinker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a simplistic thinker. That is there in me all the time. So that event triggered me, and then it has been haunting me. Not haunting. It's like triggering all the time. It's there in my brain. But then one day I come to a conclusion that I need to think about it. I mean, there is one thing is there that is disturbing you, but then to deal with that one, you have to come and sit and think about that one. What is there that is disturbing me? So then I got this like a deep thinking, this and that. Then one day I got a conclusion that there is nothing I can do about this one. I'm gonna die also. So for that one, I need I don't need anything. I mean, it is just like it's just like this, yeah.
So you have any suggestions to understand death? I mean, what I'm saying is like not everybody is a open thinker or a natural thinker like you. You have any suggestions to think about it, or read some books or something like that?
I think I also read mostly philosophical books and some medical books also, which I like. So I could say people could read Arthur Schopenhauer, Friedrich Nietzsche, sometimes Ayn Rand. Albert Camus. These are the four. There are many philosophical stuff. As I remember now, these are the four stuff. People can start reading about it, and people has to understand. People has to read about the brain, human brain, how the human brain works.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a simple thinking, to have a natural thinking, you have to understand how the brain works. So if you, I mean, there are many books about the psychology and brain related stuff. So as a basic understanding, people could read like few books about brain and few books about the seminal philosophers like Ayn Rand, Friedrich Nietzsche, or Arthur Schopenhauer.
Okay, seems like it's a good discussion about death. So basically, what you are saying is that to enjoy the life immensely, one has to understand the death by deep thinking and self-driven analysis. Then every moment becomes valuable and magical.
Yes, this is definitely our listening lines. To enjoy life, we have to understand the death.
Okay.
Yeah. So after understanding the concept of death, then we talk about most pleasurable realities in life.
Okay.
That
What
is,
it is?
lust and love.
Oh, okay.
So a simple definitions for these two stuff. If our bodies are at pleasure, we call that one as a lust.
Mm-hmm.
If our minds are at pleasure, we call that one as a love.
Oh, okay. One is physical and one is mental.
One is physical and one is mental. Both are the sides of two sides of the same coin.
Oh, okay.
So lust can turn to love, and love can turn to lust, because our bodies are connected with our mind. So without mind, body doesn't exist. Without body, mind doesn't exist. So both are like irreplaceable realities. So yeah, we'll talk more details on this one in our next episode. So our listeners, simply plug and enjoy.